What is authentic Mexican food? Surveys show that Mexican is one of the top 3 ethnic foods in the United States, along with Chinese and Italian. But just as chop suey and pepperoni pizza are not typical of the foods of China and Italy, few people in Mexico actually eat the burritos, made with wheat flour tortillas, and taco shells, pre-fried corn tortillas, that often pass for Mexican cooking in the United States. Although there are growing numbers of cookbooks and websites, celebrity chefs and migrant restaurants, all claiming to offer authentic Mexican as opposed to Americanized food, when traveling across the country, or around the world, burritos and taco shells still predominate. The global presence of Americanized tacos has provoked outrage from many Mexicans who take patriotic pride in their national cuisine. But beyond a common distaste for gloopy North American versions, there is surprisingly little consensus about what is properly Mexican. Even in Mexico, every region, and virtually every town, has its own distinct specialties, which are regarded with deep affection by residents. Indeed, the first attempt to write a national history of Mexican food, Salvador Novo's Cocina Mexicana, o Historia Gastronómica de la Ciudad de México, Mexican Cuisine or Gastronomic History of the City of Mexico, 1967, asserted boldly that the foods of the capital constituted the national cuisine. Mexican diets vary widely by ethnic group and social class as well as by region, and more critical histories, including one of my own, have shown how the national cuisine has been used for ideological purposes. 19th century cookbooks sought to establish cultural boundaries of citizenship by excluding dishes that were not considered respectable, particularly indigenous foods made of maize. In the 20th century, the national cuisine has been politicized through inclusion as well as exclusion. The Yucatan, for example, has been a culturally distinctive region since the days of rival Maya and Aztec empires. Its foods were virtually invisible in 19th century Mexican cookbooks, but they have recently been subsumed within the national cuisine, despite the resistance of Yucatecans who reject the label Mexican. Contemporary national boundaries do not provide any better guide to authenticity than do lines of region, ethnicity, or class. Cuisines grow organically from the local climate and soil, and from global movements of trade and migration. By contrast, national borders are fixed, artificially, at a particular place and time, often through war and diplomacy. When the United States invaded Mexico in 1846 and imposed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, it annexed South Texas without regard for its Mexican population and history. Although the lower Rio Grande is at the center of a common agricultural region and local cuisine, it divides two nations. A dish served on the south bank of the river is the national cuisine. On the north bank, it is ethnic food. For families on both sides, it is simply home cooking. The search for authentic Mexican food, or rather, the struggle to define what that means, has been going on for 200 years, and some of the most important sites of contention have been outside of Mexico. Notions of authenticity have been contested through interactions between insiders and outsiders. They have changed over time, and they have contributed to broader power relations. The very idea of Mexico was first conceived by Creoles, people of European descent who were born in the Americas and who imagined a shared past with Aztec monarchs in order to claim political autonomy within the Spanish Empire. Nevertheless, the Creoles scorned native foods made of corn, as well as the lower-class people who ate them.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.